I'll do two here. Hi there. This is another June journal. It's from 6/16/2010, the third of that day. Mayan day 8, Crocodile or Alligator. Intriguing title. Why are things backwards? I think I may have a handle on, or at least a handhold on the tale of why everything is so backwards down here on Earth, or rather, here in 3D. At some point, it goes beyond funny how upside down and turned around things seem to be here. You can almost go east by heading west. It's so reliable. And heck, what's with the almost? You can. Murphy had the essence of this, Murphy's Law, but certainly not the full understanding. Besides, I think he wrote his little law all in good fun, but I don't know. There's surely something in it. He says whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Yes, it goes so much deeper than that, and I have a certain sense of something like this. I think it's due to the fact that 3D is reflecting the light, the divine. Life is a mirroring effect. Everything is just a reflection here. Thus, things would be backwards and such, and consistently too. And you know, that reminds me, Initiation, Elizabeth Heisch. I don't think I had read it by the time I was writing this journal, but that's a book that's on my Scribed account in Favorites and Fun, where I have some of my favorite works, books and things. It's one fascinating book. It really is. Elizabeth Heisch, Initiation, it's called. Okay, back to this journal. I think we've all had the sense of something like this at one time or another. As we're all waking up now, we're more in touch with the inner, the higher self than we were. Intuition is so on the rise, it's amazing. I'm so proud of our men, too, for it's hardest on them. They weren't raised right. Our men have so much to offer us, but not by leading anymore in the way that they have been. No, they've been used by the dark force to show us, to illustrate not power, but power's misuse. It's a masculine, a yang thing, all right. Well, what's the reflection, the mirror image of that? What's the divinity hidden beneath? Let's start looking at it that way, perhaps, for it's beginning to shine out at us through this one and that, here and there. Do you not see this in the eyes, in the energy, in the beauty, the strength, and gentility of some of our men in these days? And take Alex Collier as an example. If you know of him, of his early on lectures and interviews, you or divinity can see where he's been and just how far he has come. It makes me just fall in love with the Andromedans too. Alex was no easy one for them to work with and through. He fought them a good deal along the way. That was really fighting himself, though, just as you and I do all the time. I think he even took one 5-year break, lost his temper, got mad, and said, "I'm through with this." 5 years later, I guess he rang him up again. Okay, seems like that's what this stage of 3D is about, is resolving the last of our blocks to awakening. And these, though the last, can be or seem hardest of all to work through. There is such ultimate beauty in a soul who has somehow stayed the course, who has run the good race, isn't there? It's a beautiful thing when you consider all the challenges, all the pain and the struggle, the tears, the anguish, the losses, all the fear that's been worked through, transmuted by love. by the soul of that one. And you know, David Icke's another one. He's been through the ringer. Well, now, look in the mirror, dears. Take a good look at yourself. You are every bit as beautiful as all of that, you know. Someone like Alex and some ones like the Andromedans come along and demonstrate this way by showing us his work over the decades and letting us see at least some of what that's been about. They do that for us, dear ones. That is us outplayed there. Yes, Alex is us, but we are us too. What do I mean? Well, think of it. How many lifetimes do you think you might have altogether? Quite a few, I don't doubt. I know I do. Well, what if we could see over that time, that great big long period, the cosmic beauty of love demonstrated in your soul? Don't you think we'd quite fall in love with you too? It's like that, you know. We're these awesome, great beings we know almost nothing about. It's so funny. On the outer conscious level, that is. On the inner, we quite know all that. And finally, yes, finally, the time of remembrance has arrived. Oh, at last, it has come. Yay! Oh, how we've waited, how we've searched, how we've prayed, and all that through the years, through the eons of time, for this time at last, to hurry it on. All of that, it seems so funny now, in a way. Once it gets here, oh, it's nothing at all like we thought, like we'd expected it to be, or to feel, or to seem. Not a bit. It's so different then. Yet, it is thoroughly awesome for sure. That part's here. It is so simple, so quiet, so silent, so still. We didn't expect that. At least I didn't. It's both gentle and magnificent, and at the same time. Then, when you think about all those endless, eternal seeming years we've been at this, and you think of all the words over the embodiments that we've put into it, into sharing our illuminations, understandings, and the like, this is amazing. Why? Because there's not a darn thing that can be said that will capture or convey what this is. Oh, God, it's true. I throw all these words out there. It's just damn funny. Oh, dear. It's so funny, really. The best we can do is the lovely neti neti of India. Not that. No, not that either. No, that isn't it. It's quite funny, too, how this does seem to work in some delightfully backwards seeming upside down way. Yep, the divine is right side up and forwards, and that's why this 3D world is backwards and upside down a bit. We're a reflection of that. Actually, this reflection isn't even us, and that's the real tricky thing. We're not that. Netty netty. There's not a single thing down here that we are. No, not that, not at all. No, we're none of it. Maybe just a touch like Avatar, the lovely movie, so creatively done. It had so much that was real in there. The greed, the harshness, the cold calculation, and the darkness undone. Wow. And yet, we're not like that either. That was one being acting and working through another one. We're not a being like that, a being that can be contained in any skin at all. No, not that. Netty, netty. Uh-uh. Oh well, it's just a start. This intuition, this picture becoming more clear for me. And I enjoy it, as you see. It's great fun to see things become clearer to me, to you, to us. Still, I'm nowhere near the reality. I'd bet you on that. Just that next step closer, see? As we all rise in vibration, our steps get the bigger, get the more powerful. More territory cover indeed. Won't be long till they're God's steps, for you and for me. Yep, just take the reverse of just about everything you've ever been told. Did they tell you you're small? Well, flip it around. What do you get? Yep, you're huge. Just as huge as imaginable, then 10 or 100 times more that, just for starters. Oh, yes, got to perfectly reflect the full smallness they assigned unto us with this greatness, mirror image, opposite, reflection of that. Did they tell you you were stupid, not bright? Ha! Look out for that one, though, for mind is not the answer to that. And that's a trap. Let's leave that one alone just for now. We'll come back to this one when we're much more solidly awakened, my friends. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's start being delightfully oppositional in the way that we view things. Let's turn our trust right around, first of all, to our middle, not theirs. Trust in heart, trust in source, and no other. Then, whatever we're told, believe the opposite's true and be about 90% right most of the time, or even better than that. Yep, it's reflection time. I'm going to have fun with this. How about you?